A live look at Hard Rock Stadium. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Miami Hurricanes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rose, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Guys, Virginia Tech has been one of those programs who had so much success during the Beamer years. This was a program to contend with, and now James Franklin is trying to be the guy that brings them back to that former glory. We will see if he can get the Hokies off to a great start, and if he is the right man for this job. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Hokies ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way,
breaks into the open. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
and man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him, the offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how...
Maybe some room here. There to make the stop, but boy, does he love to try that spin move. Only got him 6 that time.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He finds a soft spot in the middle, and they reacted down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
And the Canes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Catch in the middle, it's Lofton. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Brown running left. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Put themselves in a bit of a bind with that last one is 2nd and 14. Throwing, Mensah. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella. Get the 6. Get the pick 6.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Pocket breaking down. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
Number 22 sets a kickoff.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hokies offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clock going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes in the entire nation as well. Their D-line is absolutely stocked and loaded with athleticism, with guys with bad intentions, and they built this D-line specifically for games like this.
Yeah, so he better be on time, right? Like, that ball needs to be able to come out. You just got to be careful. You don't get away with some of those liberties of holding on to the football, extending plays, because those dudes are in relentless pass rush mode, chasing after you. This will be a great chess match.
Makes a connection. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Hokies peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air, and now back to the line. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's fourth and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Running inside, it's Hawkins. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Trying to get it done with the run here on third and goal. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal, you try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board there.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or...
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Got his man on the right. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. Working the middle. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And if you're going to play zone coverage, man, you've got to get to the quarterback because those holes are going to pop open at some point. Nice job hanging in the pocket. Good protection by the offensive line, finding the strike over the middle of the field, but started with the protection up front.
Soft spot in the middle. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
Here's Mensah to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Miami! That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards.
Number 22, set to kick off.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Swings it out to the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one. On target over the middle. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Makes the grab. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
He's marked out of bounds at the 50. That's a first down for the offense.
The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Had to throw it before he wanted.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun on 3rd down. Got it. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Hokies, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Denmark. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Excellent job using the clock. They get the timeout. 2 ticks remaining, and now they can put up points before going to the locker room.
The kick is good.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And the Canes will boot it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Hokies offense to start this possession. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Caught behind the line. It's Denmark. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? The short hands, it's Green. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
With the draw, it's Hawkins. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Oh, they're after him. Complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him.
He's got it! Touchdown, Hokies! That one will give them the lead.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. An 84-yard drive there, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out.
Number 17, set to advance on the football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Lyle. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
A give to Brown. And tackled there by the defense. Third and 6 yards to go. Mensah. He lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
The Hurricanes will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Strong, firm tackle. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Pulls it again on the option. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pressure coming. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. The Hokies decide to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He gets a block. Made a defender miss. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Throwing, Mensah. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little pick up the first.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Touchdown, Canes! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently, does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
Extra point here will tie the game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown.
Number 22, set to kick it away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Virginia Tech opens this drive as the offense looks ready to go. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
And the Hokies now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Takes the easy one to the back. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
The Hokies send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Finds his man down the middle. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
A strike downfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Rides the back and leaves it. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They called their 2nd timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the 1st down. To the air on 1st down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Timeout call by Virginia Tech. That's their 3rd and final one. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. And he got it! And with just over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Big-time kick late in the 4th quarter to take the lead. Now, not much time left. Defense has to be ready on the sideline, ready for the 2-minute drill, knowing exactly what you're doing to get one more stop.
Number 22, set to kick it off.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Safe completion on the screen. Tried to set up the screen and the defense wasn't having it.
And now this is the time in the game where the clock's fighting against you, and you can only take so many shots like that and get no gain. We got to get out of bounds, or we got to waste timeouts. So we got to be smart offensively in what we do here.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He wants a big play here late. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding clock, and what the offense is trying to do to you.
Here comes the heat. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Got some room to run. He's at the touchdown, Hurricane. Took it all the way back to the house.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10.
That makes the score Miami 27, Virginia Tech 17. Number 22 set to kick this one.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. He's knocked down short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
Brings up